In this Titan video, we're going to be replacing the tie rod ends on my 2014 Pro 4X. This will be similar to all 04 to 2015 Nissan Titans. And this is my layout here. I've got a BFH, a 1-inch wrench, a 15/16 inch wrench, a 13/16 inch wrench, some penetrating oil, some pliers, some needle nose pliers, and impact with a 22. Yes, I am going to heat up that nut because it's been on there for 9 years, and our new tie rod end. So this is the Moog tie rod end, and I've already compared it to one I've taken off, and this is a beefier tie rod than the OEM. It's heavier, it's thicker, bigger diameter. It comes with a grease nipple, a new castle nut, and a new cotter pin. So we're going to have to install our grease nipple in there. And the only thing I don't like about it is that it's bare metal, and the OEM ones were painted, so I'm going to add some paint on there to help keep the rust off. So first thing we're going to do is spray some penetrating oil. And I did that yesterday as well. Second thing, we are going to remove our cotter pin. Oh, it's coming out. There we go. Next step, grab your 15/16 and your 13/16. I said I was going to heat it, so we're going to heat it. This step may not be required, so you can skip it. Now let's break our nut. Okay, our tie rod end is loose from the inner tie rod. Now you can grab your 22. What you want to do is leave the nut. Leave the nut even with the top of the bolt. And then you can grab your BFH. I'm not too worried about beating this because we're replacing it. This one seems pretty stuck. Worse than the other one. My other one wasn't stuck at all. This one, I'm going to try heating up the spindle. Okay, our ball joint took a beating, but then it did drop. And now to get that nut off the rest of the way, if you turn just the nut, it's going to spin the whole joint. So take your impact wrench, take your pliers, and squeeze. Squeeze the ball joint. Okay, I ended up cutting it off with the recip saw. I think I damaged it too much beating on it. And then you want to unscrew this, count the turns off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we're off. 14 and a half is off. So we'll start on the same way here. A half, sorry, that would be quarter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we're not quite there. I think the thread probably started a little bit differently. We'll just do this. So we're half a turn tighter, but what you are going to want to do anyways is get a realignment when this is done. And like I said, I'm going to paint this, so we'll skip ahead while I paint. And okay, I was just checking this after I pulled it off, and this one is loose, so this one was done. So that would cause a clunky noise. I do have a clunky in my front end. It could be the lower control arm as well. I'm going to replace those later. So for tightening the Moog, you got to switch to a 1-inch. Okay, it's a day later. I coated these along with the spindles and the sway bar with Pour 15. It's my first time using that, so we'll see how well that goes. It's pretty hard now. So we can insert our tie rod end stud into our control arm. Just bending it to line it up a little bit easier. Because it is quite stiff. Okay, take your new castle nut on. Give it a little tighten with the 22. And the torque is 63 foot-pounds. Okay, and in your package you also have a new cotter pin. Now in my case, my castle nut's not quite lining up with the holes. So I'm going to give it a little bit, tiny bit more, so I can get that through. And we'll bend that. Like so. The other side is the exact same procedure, just the other way. And we'll give a squirt of grease into our grease nipple down here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to grease my upper ball joints again. These come pre-greased, so you don't need very much, just a squirt or two. Now if you enjoyed this video, check out any of my other videos. I've got struts, upper control arms, and soon to be lower control arms.